The Wano arc of anime One Piece indeed showed a different side of both Law and Kid. Both characters were forced to push past their potential in the deadly battle against the relentless Big Mom. We can all agree that Big Mom can pass as the strongest female character in the anime. As the former Emperor of the Sea, Big Mom was so strong that only a handful of people could match the powers and abilities she possessed. And so it makes sense why this turned out to be one of the most epic battles, if not the best, in the entire series. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video as we provide a full recap of how the entire fight went down. This epic battle was between the two powerful captains of the worst generation and one of the most powerful, Yonko. Just as Big Mom's homies were taken out from her, Kid began to attack her with his punk pistol. But of course, that was not enough to take down Yonko, as he immediately retaliated with a right punch to the face. In an attempt to stop him, Kid takes Yonko's arm while smiling at her and uses his rappel to fling Big Mom into the air. Law immediately took advantage of this and uses his tact to throw a boulder at the Yonko, which caused her to fall into the river. Fortunately for Big Mom, Prometheus saved her and then went on to fight her with Killer. Prometheus then went to the edge of the roof of Onigashima's skill, where Big Mom collapsed. Having a massive clump of metal at his back, he told the other supernovae that their plan to divide the two emperors had been accomplished. But just then, something incredibly shocking happened. I mean, how did they think they had defeated Big Mom just like that? Before his very eyes, the clouds above the levitating island had taken a distinct shape that didn't look ordinary. Kid, on the other hand, was more concerned and shocked by the fact that Big Mom could fly. As Big Mom made her first killer strike, Kid was able to block it, but he wasn't so lucky the second time. Almost immediately, Kid got hit by the second Fulgora blast that projected the two supernovae to the fortress's second floor. Seeing the havoc she had caused, Big Mom began to laugh manically as the pirates begged for the lives of Kid and Law. As both Law and Kid lay there helpless, Big Mom was convinced that she had won the fight. Both pirates of Kid and Law tried all they could to get their captains back on their feet, but just then, Big Mom launched a massive attack. After chastising the pirates, Big Mom turned her back and headed for the Kaido. But as she approached the roof, the most unexpected thing happened. Law somehow got up on his feet and unleashed a new powerful attack, yelling, "K-Room Anesthesia." Unfortunately, still basking in her victory, Big Mom failed to notice that Law was back on his feet and was even fighting back. And to her biggest surprise, Law stabbed Big Mom with a huge sword using his devil fruit technique. Everyone who had seen this was shocked. The pirates, on the other hand, were convinced that Law had just killed Big Mom. But while Big Mom was still wondering what Law was up to, Law went on to unleash his destructive power, sending shockwaves through Big Mom's body. As she began to fight for her life, blood spilled out of her mouth, and just like that, she fell to the ground in utter defeat. Her apprentice, on the other hand, decided to fight for their master, and so they went after Law. Unknown to them, they were about to suffer the same fate. Just as they were speaking, they all started to feel a strong pull as Captain Kid used his magnetic field to pull them toward himself. You heard that right, Captain Kid was back on his feet as well. I mean, even Big Mom was shocked. With so much fury in his eyes, Kid served Big Mom with a mighty blow that sent her flying back with his steel bull. This bull towered over Big Mom and was able to hold her down. One thing was clear during this fight: both Kid and Law were determined to keep Big Mom from getting to the roof. However, as they started bickering and exchanging words, Big Mom regained enough strength to get back up. She had broken her wrist, but of course, that didn't last long as she fixed it and prepared herself for the next attack she was about to unleash. While Law and Kid still continued their banter, Big Mom shouted the words Prometheus, Napoleon, Hera, and then delivered a combined powerful attack to Kid's bull. But Kid is quick enough to get his focus and blocks it. After boasting for a while, Big Mom decided to attack Kid with a slash, but Kid countered it with his assigned technique. And just like that, Big Mom fell back and got stuck to the wall. As she fell, Big Mom also lost her weapon, and before she could even get back on her feet, Kid's giant bull was back and came with another massive punch straight to her face. But the shocking thing is that this powerful punch was still not enough to hold her down, because once again, Big Mom was back on her feet. Best believe that this time Big Mom is even more furious than the last time. She decided to use another attack that involved a new fire body behind her. The pirates were very certain that this spelled doom, and so they began to run for their life. But just as she taunted them, Law signaled an attack that sent a giant stone to fall on her head, and as the stone fell on her head, her fire body went out, and Law jumped right into the scene to stab Big Mom once again with his giant sword. As he unleashed a powerful attack, his sword cut through the entire Onigashima. Big Mom began to get more aggressive, but Law wasn't having it either. So he continued to plunge his sword even deeper. Still very determined to bring this to an end, Law unleashed a mighty shockwave on Big Mom's body and also the depths of Onigashima. This attack completely obliterated every single thing in its path. The attack was so strong that it drained the life out of Big Mom. However, her fire body was still very much in existence. It even attempted to attack Law, but just then, Law cut out and Captain Kidd jumped into the air and unleashed an insanely massive weapon. Kidd then targeted Big Mom and fired a powerful laser beam from the weapon. The impact of this hit traveled through the entirety of Onigashima. Big Mom was determined to withstand this attack, as something came right out of her hands. She offered the pirates the option of life or slavery as she showed off her soul focus ability, leaving them shocked. As they ran for their lives, Big Mom continued to drain their lifespan. But as all of this unfolded, Law didn't move an inch from Big Mom. Both Law and Kidd stood their ground and even confidently referred to her as an old hag who outlived her welcome. Some level of audacity these men had. Law then went to unleash her attack, but once again, Big Mom's misery was back in the picture to save her. But that is not enough to phase Law, as she used a technique that nullified all sound created by her to cover her. It was so effective that even her misery was deaf to her own voice. Kidd was back to where he started as he unleashed an attack with his laser beam. The beam struck with so much power that even Big Mom couldn't withstand it, and just like that, the beam drove her straight into the ground. She tried to call out for help, but Law's technique ensured no one could hear her or come to her rescue. This attack Kidd used pushed Big Mom straight out of Onigashima, as it completely destroyed the ground. It was indeed very frustrating that all her effort to make noise was futile. Her screams were heard by not a single sound. While she was about to hit the ground as she fell from the sky, she looked down. What she saw left her stunned. Apparently, Law and Kidd had opened a path that led to a pool of lava right below her. While still cursing under her breath, Big Mom fell straight into the molten lava prepared specially for her. Exhausted from this battle, Law and Kidd fell back down to the ground. They had won. It was all over. Big Mom was gone forever. They did it. Trafalgar Law and Eustass Kidd had fought the good fight using all of their power, and Big Mom had now become history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let us know what you think about this fight. Also, if you're new here, remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you very much for watching.